I am so honored to introduce Anna Isaacson.
Good afternoon. Many of us sometimes struggle with self-doubt. I consider myself a pretty confident person, but the doubt inevitably creeps in, particularly at work. Throughout my career, I've used several tactics to push through these feelings. Most of them include talking to myself. So this pearl comes with a pretty big caveat to make sure you know who's around you before you start muttering loving words to yourself. Sometimes before a big presentation, I escape to the bathroom, stare in the mirror, and give myself a little pep talk. I take a few really deep breaths and repeat, "You can do this," several times. It clears my head from the grip of emotional paralysis. Other times, sitting in an executive meeting, I start to feel my shoulders sag and my mind race, and I begin to worry that I may say something stupid. And in these instances, I talk to myself in my head, with a reminder that there's a reason I was invited to the room and to make sure to take advantage of the moment. In some interviews I've done on being a woman working in the sports industry, I've shared these tactics, but only to cringe upon seeing my own words in print. I can't believe I told the world that I hide in the bathroom and talk to myself. But recently, a former NFL colleague who had moved on for a title jump and a pay raise called to check in with me. He was looking for some guidance on corporate social responsibility in his new job. Randomly, during our conversation, he said something like, I remember reading an article where you said that you have to remind yourself sometimes that there's a reason you've been invited to the room. That really struck chord with me, and I think about it a lot when I feel challenged in this new job. So this phone call from my old colleague reminded me that having instances of self-doubt, man or woman, where your confidence drops is normal. We're all just human, and it was so satisfying to learn that my personal moments of vulnerability could help others fight through their own. So that being said, I feel incredibly privileged to be here today and promise to use my experiences and challenges to help others coming up after me. We may not be able to fully rid ourselves of confidence zapping experiences, but even some small, quick tricks can minimize their impact and help us all get closer to reaching our full potential. Thank you.